Hi guys, you just looked at the first PowerPoint video which talked to you about adding a zero to the dividend so that you can finish the division process without having a remainder. But you know that sometimes when you do a division problem, remainders are just a fact of life. So we're going to talk about that today, what to do when you have a repeating decimal, which means it doesn't matter how many zeros that you add, it's never going to come out evenly. So I'm going to show you what to do with that today. So we're going to start with our problem right here. 4 4/10 divided by 6. We're going to respect our decimal, getting our decimal up first so that we don't forget about it. And then we can kind of just let our eyes see the problem that it is. And we're looking at 44, or 6 into 44. So how many times can 6 go into 44? We know it can't go easily, but if you're speed drilling in your mind, you should know that the closest one is 7. And if we multiply, and it's technically going to be 7/10, 7 times 6 equals 42. And we respect our decimal, we get it down there. So now it's 4 4/10 minus 4 2/10. Bring your decimal point down. 4 minus 2 equals 2. So that's not even, so we need to go ahead and add a 0. So we're going to do that now, and it's going to follow exactly on what you're going to see on that second PowerPoint slide. I'm using the markers as close as I can. So we're going to add that 0. We're going to bring it down. And what we have is 20. So how many times can 6 go into 20 or 2/10? Because we have the decimal point there. Again, if you're speed drilling in your mind, you should have come up with a number 3. 3 times 6 equals 18. We'll bring that down. 0 minus 8, you can't do it. We don't go bottom up. We always go top down. So we cross out our 2. The 2 becomes a 1. The 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 equals 2. And because we have this decimal point here, we have to finish this off. 1 minus 1 equals 0. So again, it's not going to come out evenly. So again, we can add another 0, which is what we're going to do. And again, I'm going to try to follow the colors that you'll see on the PowerPoint slide. So again, we're going to be focusing right here. Again, you say how many times can 6 go into 20? Just like what it did last time, 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Fill that spot. Again, we have the same thing. 20 minus 18, 20 minus 18, we know that equals 2. And you might be saying to yourself, Mrs. Crawford, this looks like the song that will never end. We're always going to come up with 2. And you're absolutely right. And that's what we call a repeating decimal. Doesn't matter how many times you add that 0, you're not going to get this to come out evenly. So what we're going to do is we're going to be rounding. But when you round, we're going to be rounding to the thousandths place, which is what we have right now. We have the tenths place, the hundredths place, and the thousandths place. So we need one more place value up here to kind of be that bossy digit to tell the thousandths place what to do. So we need to do this one more time. So we'll add a final 0. We'll bring it down. We get that same number all over again. So we know 3 times 6 is 18. And let me bring that one down also. So we bring it down just like on your second PowerPoint slide. So now we have 4 spaces. We have our tenths place, our hundredths place, our thousandths place, and our millionths place. So that green 3 is going to be your bossy 3. He's going to tell the red 3 what to do. So because he's a 3, in your head you should say 4 and lower stays the same. So when we write out this brand new rounded number, if we continue adding zeros, we would be here all day. I would run out of whiteboard. It just really wouldn't work. So we're going to do the rounding. We have our 7/10, our 3/100. The green 3, which is your bossy 3, tells your red 3 to stay the same. And this is our rounded answer. So you have to go long enough that you have 4 digits to the right of your decimal point. Tenths place, hundredths place, thousandths place, millionths place. When you have your rounded number, you won't have all of that. You'll just have the tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So you'll need 4 here so you can get to 3 here. And that is how you do a division problem where you have that repeating decimal, where no matter how many times you add that 0, you're never going to get an even outcome. And that's how you'll solve that with your math books. We're not going to do a whole lot of these, but you do need to be comfortable with that. So I hope you guys are doing well. And I really wish you could see what my camera is balancing on, but I'm not going to tell you that yet. I'll see you later. Bye.